Have you ever noticed your mind is the only place where you can travel 1,000 miles and still end up exactly where you started? You replay conversations, you imagine outcomes, you try to solve something that hasn't even happened yet, and somehow you feel more tired than when you began. We call this overthinking. But if you look closely, it is not really about finding an answer. It is about trying to feel safe. In the world of AI, there is something called an infinite loop. That is, when a system keeps running the same patterns, trying to fix something using noisy, incomplete data, and never arriving at anything. That's what the mind does. Not because it is broken, but because it is trying to protect you. But in doing that, it pulls you away from the present and into a space where nothing is real yet. And slowly, you start living there. Welcome to Notes on Being Human. I am Sneha, just a human being, learning, healing, and sharing what I understand along the way. And when you have been there for a while, it becomes hard to tell the difference between thinking and overthinking. Thinking moves you forward, it helps you decide, act, or see something differently. But overthinking, on the other hand, keeps you stuck. You go through the same thing again and again, not because you're gaining clarity, but because you are afraid of getting it wrong, afraid of how you will be seen, afraid of losing your place, your identity. So you analyze every word, every tone, every possibility. And somewhere in that process, you lose your presence. You trade it for something that doesn't even exist yet, a version of perfection that keeps shifting. There's a beautiful image in the Mahabharata, a chariot. The horses are your senses and impulses, restless, reactive, and easily pulled. The reins are your mind, and the charioteer is your awareness. When the horses run wild, the chariot doesn't move forward, it gets dragged. That's what overthinking feels like. Not movement, but being pulled away in every direction by what ifs. Self regulation is not about stopping the horses, it is about gently holding the reins and bringing them back again and again, not forcefully but steadily. So, the next time you feel that loop starting, don't try to fight your thoughts. Just create a little space. You can try something simple. If your mind keeps repeating something, write it down. Move it out of your head onto something real. Sometimes that alone is enough to quiet the noise. Or give yourself a few minutes just to let the thoughts come out. And when the time ends, pause. Not to suppress it, but to step out of it. And most importantly, come back to your body. Feel your breath. Feel your feet on the ground. Because overthinking lives in the mind, but calm begins in the body. The goal isn't to stop thinking, it is not to get lost in it, to notice the loop and gently step out. Not perfectly, not every time, but a little more each day. And maybe the next time your mind begins to race, you won't try to solve everything at once. You'll just pause and come back. Back to your breath, back to where you are, and in that space, you might begin to hear something quieter, something clearer, and I'll see you in the next one.